glad you mentioned him. He's like a figurehead to me because I actually grew up in Boulder, Colorado. My dad was an Ironman triathlete, crazy marathon runner back before it was cool. And he always told me to jump in the ocean, go. I lived in San Francisco, and he said, you should be jumping in the bay. You should join the dolphin club and, swim out to Alcatraz. I thought he was crazy, right? Water was cold and I didn't want anything to do with it. But now, mostly because of Wim Hof, it's become such a normalized thing to do, and it's just taking off because there's so many health benefits to it. And I've actually talked to Wim Hof's family because I reached out to him and I had this idea to create a cold plunge tub because I saw this trend that's now just taking off, and now everyone's into the cold plunge. And so it's actually wild to see the demand at the club that I go to for this cold plunge. It's like there's always a couple people waiting to get in there, whereas maybe 5 years ago, before the Wim Hof thing, people just thought you were crazy and no one wanted to interact with the cold water. And yeah, have you done any of his breathing exercises?
I have done the breathing exercises, and it's something else I want to have a conversation with is somebody who's an expert on that, and then an expert on meditation, because I've got thoughts on both of those things biochemically. And then I study the hunter-gatherers a lot. And so I want to bring everything back to ancient traditions from hunter-gatherers, things that they used that made them function at a high level and thrive when they could. And I want to bring in some more people who are specialists in those fields, Andy, and ask them their opinion. So if anyone out there knows people who are experts on meditation and yoga and know some of the biochemistry involved and some of the ice plunge and that biochemistry, love to get the science and your feedback on some of these subjects. And if Andy, if you know anyone, definitely connect me through my website, which is theagingathlete.com.
I love it. Yeah, I would be happy to connect you with some great people. I've been influenced by some good friends, family members, and just living the healthiest life possible. And it's about, balance between body and mind. And I've actually done 10-day silent meditations, and I've felt in my body the difference of, my thoughts and how that interacts with my body and certain aches, pains, and how important it is to clear that out. And, doing practices like Wim Hof and doing the breathing, it's just so important for every single person, whether you're an athlete or not. And so I love this stuff. I'm actually taking a Wim Hof fundamentals course too, so I can learn more about the background and the psychology to what he's built with his app, and the deep breathing, the cold plunging, and these different tools. And I think also community is very important. So I'm glad we're talking, because I'm sure you have amazing insights I'd love to hear more about, and kind of what your practices are on a daily basis. And
yeah, you have a podcast, and let's direct people to your website where there's lots of information about consulting, marketing, brand strategy, your podcasts, and the list goes on from there. And I really like the way you've done your website. It's simple, artistic, and it doesn't have all of these wild colors all over the place. It's very pleasing and restful to the eye. You can find what you want to find. And that is, I like to capitalize your L-E, and then capitalize your S. I hope you're okay with my capitalization. That's how I wrote it down.
Perfect. That's perfect, Sifu.
LeSavage.com. So tell